everybody, it's me, Jay, the creator of Hypnospace. Though Mike, the other dude working on it, has done most of the work so far. He is the coder. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys a little update. There's a lot to share because I meant to get a video out of like a month ago, but it didn't happen. So first thing is we are almost all the way done with the Hypnospace page builder, which is how you make the fake internet pages that populate Hypnospace. And one of the things I'm excited about is I got a lot of custom fonts in. Some of them are edited versions of free fonts that I found on the internet, pixel fonts. But there are 5 of them right now. I think I want there to be 7 or 8 total. But they have 3 different sizes each, tiny, medium, and large. And so far we have Clown Hand, which is kind of the Comic Sans of Hypnospace. It's kind of wacky. A lot of grandmas will use it. Looks a little comic booky, but more like goofy comic book, I guess. And then there's Spookster, which is spooky. It's kind of like dripping, bleeding, whatever. And then we have Bookstore, which is like a serif font, like Times New Roman, or something like that. And then Hypnofont, which is the default font. It's a sans serif font. And then Frontier Town, which is a Western, Wild West looking font. And those are the normal just text fonts. We also have text effects done so the text can float. There's a marquee, there's a typewriter effect. You can do a color cycling, color fade effect between 2 colors. We also have links in. So there are anchor links, like they're not very popular anymore, but you can make a table of contents and then set a link to, if you click section 1, to bring you down farther in the page to section 1 or whatever. So we have anchor links going in there. You can link to another page. You can link to a file download, which of course in universe, not a real download. We also have animated GIFs and images and word art in. I did a bunch of word art fonts, I think 8 or 10 or so. You can scale, mirror, and flip any image or word art. You can apply effects like swinging or just a 360 spin or a 3D flip, both X and Y, at different rates if you want. You can do a fade effect, which uses our dithering instead of like semi-transparency. And you can offset all of their effects and frames and stuff. So if you have multiple like fire animations, you can kind of offset them if you want. There's also, of course, the event manager, which will allow you to change elements based on things that happen in the game. Until the game comes out, that's not going to have much use for people messing with the editor other than me and Mike, because you guys don't know what's going to happen in the game. And we put a bunch of dummy events in there for now. But yeah, there's also cursor effects, which are temporary. I need to work on them and animate them and stuff, but they're in. And we have a few more features, like 2 more features we want to put in, like sound triggers, where you can assign like so people can make dumb soundboards or whatever. And anyway, I will be releasing the page builder to backers on Friday, March 3rd. So that's in about 2 weeks. Well, of course, you'll be able to put your own pages in your own game because it's just a matter of dropping the files into the folder. But we want to make some sort of curated user-submitted page system where I will accept page submissions. And if you have custom GIFs you've made or anything, you can send those also. And then I will upload them. I will look at them, make sure there's nothing horrible on there, and make sure they fit in the game's world. And then I will upload them to my web server, and the game will download randomly each time you play a few user submitted pages. Or maybe I'll just put some of my own new pages in there just to keep it feeling alive. But there will be predefined slots where those pages will go, and players might not know that these are user submitted pages because they're supposed to blend in well, but you'll know that your page is out there, and some people might be seeing it on their fake internet in Hypnospace. So that should be fun. I don't want to really do any kind of system that allows you to yourself upload pages and stuff. There's just too much potential for abuse, and there's some law stuff that I don't want to deal with with that too. But I think a curated route for that is a way to go. We also started working on the sequencer, which is just really UI for now. Mike got some of the knobs working, and you can switch between the 5 channels. There will be some limitations, on purpose limitations with the sequencer, to make it feel a little like you're using an old tracker or some old system to make music. And I will be also releasing that when it's done, along with a bunch of samples for people to make music with. I already have something like 50 samples laying around that I've made. I'm processing them so they sound a little bit closer to something that may have come out of a Sound Blaster card or something, which will give it this nice warm, crunchy feeling, a little bit of a cheap feeling too, because it's supposed to feel that way. Because those songs will be coupled with the web pages. But yeah, and I want to do the same thing with some of the music also. Maybe allow for some user submitted songs to be found or downloaded behind the scenes maybe. But yeah, and the last thing is the operating system, which we've got quite a bit done on that as well. We got a few screensavers implemented, which, you know, we didn't need to do, but whatever. Mike made one called Sniffles, which is these little pixel snakes, and they have they infrequently drop little poops, so that's nice. Of course, we have the cursor trail slider re-implemented in the new engine, so you can have ridiculously long cursor trails. Something I'm excited about is we have themes in, visual themes in, so you can change how the windows look, and it's quite modular, so it's not going to take a lot of work from me to add new themes. There's also a file launcher, or a program launcher, on the desktop now, which is this little treasure chest, and you can feed it programs. So if you only want to have the launcher program on your desktop, you can do that, or you can just not use it. But there's also a file manager now, so when you download files from the fake internet, they'll appear in the file manager, and you can drag the icons out of the file manager to the desktop, and they'll appear as the bigger desktop icons, or drag them into the launcher. You know, you can drag stuff in between those 3 places. And there are sticky notes now, so we figured, and they'll be persistent between games, so we figured players might want a way to remind themselves of what the heck they were doing. So maybe before you log off, you can type yourself a little sticky note, and then when you come back, you'll see what it is. Or it might be fun for streamers to acknowledge subscribers or something, put a sticky note up there. I don't know, lots of uses for those. And of course, we have other little things like alert windows and stuff like that. And it's all coming along really fast, and Mike's doing a great job. I'm having fun just making goofy stuff for it. Yeah, and that's it.